So not everything in Redstone has a purpose. Sometimes they're just for the fun. But these next things do have a purpose. I'm going to show you some Redcoders. So Redcoders operate off of the mechanic of a comparator pulling a particular signal strength depending upon the input. In this particular example, I have an item in an item frame, and the item in the item frame gives 8 different outputs depending upon the position. Yeah. And you could take advantage of this mechanic to be able to pull sequential logic using a redcoder. And this is a very basic redcoder from 1.16. And I have attached to a bunch of block switchers. And as you can see, as I rotate the item in the item frame, it switches the blocks in order, depending upon the position of the item in the item frame. It's pretty neat. It's pretty useful. So redcoders come in all different shapes, sizes, varieties, for different footprints, different functionalities. But this is a pretty standard one that you see all the time. I wanted to show another one of my favorites, the vertical redcoder. It operates off the same mechanic. You pull from the comparator, you get a particular output depending upon the signal strength. So we got 1, 2, 3. There you go. I like it because it has a bit of a smaller footprint, and I wanted to show some builds that use this mechanic. So, disclaimer here. These next two builds aren't particularly practical, but they were fun to build, and they use the redcoders in the design. So we're gonna roll with it. So this one here, it counts the number of items inside the double chest using the redcoder as indicator lights. So I have a chest here. I'll pop some stone inside. Goes up the feed into chest, into a shulker loader here. Shulker loader breaks down. Whenever the chest is filled with the shulker box, each 5 instances of shulker boxes turns into an output. Could store a lot of stone in this baby. Yeah. So we're just gonna ignore what happened here. This was the physics mod. Apparently it doesn't work with Flashback right now, which duly noted. Anyways, this redcoder acts as indicators for how many items are inside this chest. Each 5 slots inside the double chest equals 1 more light on the totem pole. So I have it down to where the next one that comes out is going to lower down a light. So here comes our shulker box, and it's down by 1. 1728 stone and red shulker box. Neat. Next build. So this is also a inventory build. I was kind of on a kick, so we're going to kind of roll with it. Each one of these chests has a different item. And the redcoder, instead of being item indicator as the previous one, this is the item selector for this build. I have a lectern with a book. The book has 15 different items on 15 different pages. I'm going to set it to deep slate. Press the button to activate the pistons, which push the stones forward, allowing the signal to travel through. Out comes a shulker box, and deep slate. This is very nice. A more practical use for this is something more like this, a combination lock for this incredibly impressive door. All these comparators are just to be able to pull the signal strength without losing any signal strength into these 4 redcoders. 4 redcoders, 4 item frames. All of these need to be in the correct orientation to be able to unlock the door. Wonderful. If even one of these is out of place, the door says no. It works by the redcoders pulling the exact signal strength to be able to activate the AND gates. The AND gate for 1, 2, 3, 4 goes down to 1, 2, 3, 4. Another AND gate, and unlocks the door. This is a pretty standard use for the redcoders, and it's pretty dang useful. And you can reprogram this machine to be any combination on these redcoders just by moving around the lines that go to the AND gates. So it has just a massive number of combinations, making this a pretty solid way to do this kind of combination lock. And these can be used in all different types of machines, everything from simple inventory related machines and combination locks and item selectors and everything from these tiny little builds to redstone computers. They're very versatile. But the thing I really want you to take away from this video, if you take away anything, is that it's really fun to learn particular things with redstone and then use them in creative, imaginative ways and just have fun with it. After all, whenever you get down to it, isn't that what it's really all about? This whole Minecraft redstone thing. It's about building cool things, playing with the mechanics, and just having a good time with it. So, I recommend giving Redcoders a try, of either variety, in the next build that you make, because you might have a cool thing to show off the next time you log onto the server. Till then, have a good one.